how are you? How have you been? How are you dealing with lockdown?
I'm all good. Yeah, it's been okay. We're out in the sort of sticks out here, so it's a little easier to isolate than perhaps in the city. So it's not been too bad. It's been pretty relaxing. I got a lot of work done, which is nice because I've had a lot of writing to do. So I've been able to focus on that, which has been one silver lining, I guess.
Okay, I'm super impressed because I had all these grand ideas going into lockdown that I would do lots of different things. And the only thing that I think I've managed to do is grow my fringe, which was unintentional and only because I cannot get it cut and I'm not going to let my husband do it. So that is like, that is like the one thing that I have
That's
done.
an achievement. Don't do yourself down.
I mean, the cliff's getting higher and higher and higher. It's like almost
It's looking good.
So there you go.
Yeah, it's a vertical work of art.
Thank you very much. I will take that. That's lovely of you to say. I will, when I go into the hairdresser finally, I'll say, Simon Pegg said it was a work of art. So we have two movies to talk about today, which is really exciting. And talking of lockdown and being trapped away, Inheritance. See the way I
yes
seamlessly went into that there.
It is a bit of a lockdown movie, yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness, what a psychological thriller. I was pretty much on the edge of my seat until, well, particularly the end, goodness gracious me. But talking about your character, I obviously don't want to give too much away, but if you're going to be locked away, you're obviously probably a bit of a baddie. What was it like playing him? Is it fun to get into these roles where you can really get into it and be a bit creepy and a bit of a baddie? And
yeah, it's always fun to play characters who've got something to hide. That's when the real challenges as an actor come about, because you're trying to sort of show that you're hiding something without giving anything away. So Morgan was a very interesting character to play, not least because it took a lot of preparation to sort of get in the right physical shape for him. He's been locked away for sort of 30 years, and I wanted to make that look fairly believable. But yeah, he was a delight. And all those scenes I got to play with Lily Collins, sort of the weird mental chess that they play with each other, were just really fun.
Well, actually, so there's two things I wanted to touch on there. First of all, yeah, basically you spent the entire movie in a room with Lily, which I assume is quite unusual for a film, whereas normally you might be interacting with lots of different characters and be in lots of different scenes, whereas you two were just there for the whole time. That was just it was just your filming, really. Apart from a couple of other scenes, you were just in a room.
Yeah, it was. We shot it in Alabama last year, and that set was in a paper factory, and Vaughn Stein, the director, built it in such a way that it was fully a bunker. So it wasn't like the roof came off or anything. One of the walls came out for the camera, but generally when you're in it, it felt very claustrophobic. And so it was like doing a little play, with Lily. It was really good fun. In fact, when Connie Nielsen came into it, it was a bit weird because it was like, hey, what are you doing here? This is our space.
You don't belong here. That must have been really strange. I don't obviously want to give too much away, but that last scene, my goodness me, the power moves and the interaction between everyone. You also touched upon how you had to get into shape for this. I'm gonna admit, when I first saw you on screen, I did think, is that actually Simon? Is that Simon Pegg? Because you look very different. You have to lose weight for this movie.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight. I think I got down to about 68 kilograms. I was about 6% body fat.
Oh my word.
And I was really, really, because also he's sort of working out when he's in there, he's staying fit so he can be wily. It was a sort of particular kind of shape I had to get into. It was not like skinny, more like zero fat. And so I did a lot of cardio, a lot of watching my macronutrients in terms of my nutrition, so I wasn't starving myself. It wasn't a case of just eating an apple and a tin of tuna a day. I ate, but I just exerted myself more than I did ingest calories.
But you must have
been. This is how you lose weight. You move more, eat less.
Yeah, exactly. My dad always says you got to do the ELF diet, eat less food. So what was the first thing you had then once you finished filming, when you were like, yes, I can have like a beer or an eclair, or I don't actually think I went there. I don't know why.
I went to Whole Foods in Alabama, and I knew by that time when we started shooting, I wasn't going to put on any significant amount of weight by, having a treat. And I bought a pint of heavy cream, and I had it on cereal.
Did you? That is the most luxurious way to eat like Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Or...
Granola. It was on really lovely granola, and it was delicious.
Oh my gosh! Did you drink the bowl at the end?
Yeah, I'd started to dream about cream before. When I got down to I was having these dreams about cream because I'm a bit of a sucker for dairy products, and so that was my big sort of, But you got to be careful because your stomach shrinks, and you can't just suddenly go eating loads because you'll feel ill.
I love the idea that you're having these dreams about cream, just like in a swimming pool of cream, just in a paddling pool of cream. Wow, I mean, it's a pretty niche thing to love, but I'm here for it because cream is absolutely delicious.
It's the best.
The wig as well. That was something else. Did you get to take it home? Have you got?
It's like I look like someone who was homeless on a beach for 40 years. I didn't get to take that wig home. It was an extraordinary head piece of headgear. I kind of like the second wig I wore more, but he'd kind of been down there for such a long time, so it was either that or a kind of scraped head with a razor. I didn't want to do that.
Oh no! Yeah, okay. Go for the wig. So the second movie that is out is Lost Transmissions, which is completely different to Inheritance. In so many ways, but this film looks at mental health in a man, and I do think it's very important. We are now seeing so many more pieces that look at mental health in men and how society deals with it. In particular, when I was thinking about this movie, I was thinking about Brassic on Sky because of that as well. Looks at mental health in men. Was that one of the reasons why you wanted to get into it? Do you think that there is enough out there? We're watching enough. We're being exposed to the way that mental health appears, and
absolutely. And I think the more the dialogue there is about that kind of thing, the better, and schizophrenia is a very misunderstood condition. It's often seen as being like a split personality. It's often kind of laughed at, and it shouldn't be, and that was part of it. Also, the film is directed by a woman, Catherine O'Brien, and I hadn't actually made a feature film directed by a woman before, which is, speaks to the dearth of opportunity out there for female directors. So I really wanted to put that straight. And it was such a beautiful script, and the chance to work with Juno Temple, who's a great actor. But just suffice to say, it's a really important movie, and something very different for me, just because it's a straight role. So it's a bit of a passion project.
Well, listen, congrats on both movies. I mean, both interesting in their own very different ways. I hope the Mission Impossible filming and getting back into that is okay, because that's in September.
Yeah, I hope so.
Just stop that.
Yeah.
So you were one of the first films that was hit by the whole pandemic. So
that's right. Yeah.
Which is bonkers, really.
But we're back on September 7th.
Cool. Enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you.